Good morning once again from Bristol, and welcome to day 4 of the test between England and India. India are following on, and they are, let's get this the right way around, 83 for 1. They're 82 runs behind England, and still a long way to go in this match. It's chilly today, but the weather forecast is good, and it looks like we're going to get a full day's play. That's 108 overs in theory, but let's call it 100 overs as a round number. So, Raf, well, what's going to happen today? What's India's approach going to be to this match? Because they've got 100 overs to bat out if they're going to go for the draw.
Really good question. I do think that they are tending towards kind of batting it out for the draw. I think that we saw Dipti Sharma yesterday. She stayed on one not out for about 44 balls. I think that gives an indication of what we might see today. I think we'll see plenty of Shefali Verma showing us that she can play defensive shots and that she's got a kind of beautiful traditional full defensive and that India's approach will actually be to bat out time. Personally, do you agree?
Well, I think that's got to be definitely a likely outcome. But let's look positive on it. If India were to want to set England a target, let's just put a number on it for the moment, without even thinking about overs. Say India were to set England 200. Do you think that's the kind of number England would go for, or do you think that England would then bat out for a draw at that point? Will England chase 200?
Again, it will be really interesting to see whether Heather Knight is prepared to kind of put her money where her mouth is, because all of the talk ahead of this test was that she does want to be seen to be kind of playing attacking, aggressive cricket, even in a test. In terms of whether England will feel they can chase down 200, on the one hand, it doesn't feel like very much. In the Rachel Hayhoe-Flint Trophy, we've seen teams easily chase down 200 in not a huge number of overs this season. On the other hand, the only fourth innings chase that I can remember having seen live in recent years was at Perth in 2014. It was Australia. They were chasing a relatively modest target. It was certainly well under 200, and they ended up losing by about 60 runs. So these fourth innings targets, these fourth innings chases can be very tricky. So I think that actually, am I confident that England could chase down 200? I don't know. I'd certainly be quite nervous, kind of as a fan, watching them try to do that. What do you think, Sid?
Yeah, it's an interesting one. Women's Cricket Blog posted last night that he could see a situation being set up where England was sort of chasing 200 in something like 25 overs. Now, I think the logic behind that I can see is that that's the kind of target that India could put up, batting at sort of 2.5 to 3 and over. And they'd have to then bat for sort of 70 odd overs and then set England that target, and then England would have 200 chase 25 overs. I can't see England biting on that. I think England might bat, or if they're given 200 in, say, 40 overs at 5 and over, then they might go, yeah, we'll have a go at this. But the problem there is that would need India to bat at something like 4.5 and over for all their overs this morning, and that also feels a bit unlikely. The other consideration here, you mentioned that the Rachel Hayhoe-Flint has seen plenty of chases well in excess of that, but there is a big boundary over here. This is it's a good 20 yards bigger on the wide angles than we're seeing in the Rachel Hayhoe-Flint, where we're seeing the one-day pitch size. Although the infield is quite quick because there's a very big square here at Bristol, the outfield is not particularly quick. So I don't think you're going to hit a huge amount of sixes. And yeah, I think that that feels optimistic. So Raf, in a word, what do you think the most likely outcome is?
England win, but that's not a word.
No, that's actually 2 words, Raf, but I'm going to agree with you. I think that the most likely outcome here is that England take the wickets in plenty of time to either bowl India out prior to needing to bat again, or give only a small toast to chase. We're going for an England win.